So, we are the Casual Ones, and we're back here with our thrilling finale of Call of Cthulhu. I almost called it the Casual Ones.
Of the Casual Ones.
Of Casual.
Call of the Casual.
Call of the Casual Ones. If you haven't watched the rest of our episodes, go back and watch them so that you know what's going on, or just listen to the recap and enjoy. If you like us and want to support us and chat with us or whatever, go to the Discord, go to our links in the description and all that stuff, and go watch our other videos. I don't know, do all the things. Subscribe. We never say to do that. Do that thing.
Do that.
With that, we will get into the mystery of Call of Cthulhu. Now, last week, the team wrapped up some loose ends and dove further into the mystery left by their friend, benefactor, colleague, client, Rupert Merriweather, who left them with his dying wish to take care of a situation that he came into in his youth with some friends calling themselves the Dark Brotherhood, who not necessarily unknowingly, but maybe unmeaningly loosed a being into the world. They were trying to summon a djinn or a genie out of a piece of amber, and the ritual went all sorts of wrong. People died, people went crazy, and now this being is potentially bound, oh my gosh, words, bound to this old farmhouse. The group, after doing some investigations, looking at some old books, stealing every single chemical in the Arkham University, in Miskatonic University. Some people.
My bad. Yeah.
Made their way to this old abandoned house to see what they were up against. Arriving in the middle of the night, this old, decrepit, essentially shack in the middle of nowhere. They left their vehicle, walked up the drive, and immediately almost tripped over some sort of large, gutted animal on the ground with its ribs, what looked like torn open, and its body disemboweled. With darkness upon the three of them and this creature with flies swarming before it, that is where we are now.
Yeah, I think Troy freaks out, drops the flashlight, picks it up.
It's a little unnerving this late at night, but it's just a carcass from a coyote. Should be fine.
Yeah, kind of looks like a farmhouse. Animals eat animals. Nothing foreboding at all.
They spread the bones out so neatly.
There's some parts you just kind of tuck back.
How else would you get at the tasty innards?
Yeah, but it looks like it was done with care, but I don't want to look at it anymore, so.
If anyone would like, they could make a medicine check. Otherwise, you can continue on.
Oh, I got a 1% chance.
Sure. I'll give it a look.
Can I do first aid?
Give it first aid? No, you may not.
Start giving him at the mouth.
Oh, wait. I rolled an 8. I was like, oh, that's a fail, but I can use my luck. I might be able to get the 1% chance.
I rolled a 68. I'm very far away from that 1%.
You sure are.
Quick maths. Figure it out. But yeah, I'll use
8
7
minus
luck.
7?
What's the minus of 56 and 49? Okay, I'm at 49 luck.
Oh, okay. I got you. So a success. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Clyde, reasoning in your head, it's probably just a coyote. And Troy shines the flashlight down. You take a little bit of a closer look. Not only does it appear that the bones were the ribs were pried open from each other in a way that you can't imagine something without opposable thumbs being able to do. You notice that there are some innards still in this creature, innards that a coyote would definitely have eaten. There's one really important organ that is no longer within this animal. That would be the organ that keeps the blood pumping and keeps the animal alive.
You guys know what kind of animal just eats really the heart?
Genies?
Vampires.
Oh yeah,
Werewolves?
werewolves is good. Yeah, it's werewolves.
So pattern here, not normal ones.
Werewolves are just big wolves.
I think they're a person in there. Is it just a bit? Is this a real animal? A werewolf?
I mean, were genies real a week ago?
In myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw something yesterday. I don't think myth is becoming reality. So,
So you want to go inside the spooky cabin?
not really, but we should do it, yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Great. Okay.
Click.
I know my nerves are pretty shot anyway. So
Sword in one hand.
Yeah.
Flashlight in the other.
Yeah, let me get the door.
Just can't get through.
Yeah, just kick it off its hinges.
Donald approaches the door, and it does have a handle, but the handle is in that old farmhouse way, loose in the door. The latch doesn't even seem to latch anymore, and it creaks open, revealing a pretty bare room. Why don't the three of you give me a spot hidden check as you approach?
I got a good success, the middle one.
I failed 57 out of. I mean, I could roll luck, but I think I might need it later, so I'm just gonna fail.
I'm just gonna, real quick, throw that in the chat. 1.
Oh,
I was wondering what you were doing over there. Okay.
yeah, I thought you were just looking at the cat, but okay.
Oh,
No, the cat's looking at
Alright.
me.
Yeah, he's like, you rolled a
Cool.
1? That's really impressive.
All right.
You impressed the cat, which is a big deal.
Jeez.
So, approaching the house, in the doorway, on the wooden doorway, and the top two corners, you see something etched in what appears to be done with knife tip, some sort of symbol. And Donald, you take a good look at this before you enter the house, and you would recognize this as some sort of a cult symbol. You'd have to look through Merriweather's book to have a good sense of what exactly its purpose is or its meaning is, but they appear to be the same next to each other on the house.
Okay.
And then in terms of the room as you enter, it's a bare room, the dusty floor and cobwebs. There is one lone armchair. There's a sort of acrid, moldy smell in the room. And there is a fireplace and a small table next to the chair. And that's everything you see in the room, as well as a door that appears to lead to whatever the second room of this house is.
And there's no furniture, nothing.
There's just the one armchair with the
Just
little
one.
table next to it.
Okay, so no one could be crouched behind something, waiting to spring at us.
I mean, there's a door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
other than the door, probably
No
not.
door.
Without seeing like an immediate threat, I pull out Merriweather's book to try and figure out what the symbols were.
Yeah. Give me an occult check as you look through this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just step into the room. But yeah.
I failed 69.
Nice. It was the best way of failing. Give me a sanity check.
Cool.
Easy peasy 24.
All right.
Still
You
sane.
you
Yeah.
flip through the book, and again, like when you were in the library, the pages start to swirl before you as you flip through them, and the symbols start to move and come off the page. Uh, but you steady your mind and can't find that exact symbol anywhere in the book. Uh, but you also haven't gone crazy, so
Little victories, I get it.
yeah.
Dyslexia is a hell of a drug.
Troy, you said you walk into the room.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get us. Basically, I'm just trying to look at everything at once. But I think by doing that, I'm not looking at anything, which is my failure, so to speak.
Yeah, you walk in. It's very dark, very quiet. Give me a listen check.
I think Troy is just like very fidgety. He's like, do one of those. Like,
Yeah. I'm
It's
slowly
like-
sneaking in behind you, but pretty unnerved.
it's a 98.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Yeah. There's probably someone behind that door. You hear what like sounds like taps coming from behind the door.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll a dice for a second, and that will decide what I do next. Okay. I stay where I am, but I probably back into Clyde.
Yeah. What's okay. Okay, so someone's in there's probably door just opened on its own, probably vagrants. Actually, point the flashlight at the ground, and I just want to see if we can see any footprints, because everything looks pretty old and ratty and maybe dusty. See if we can see anyone would have
Yeah.
walked into that door or something.
Yeah, you can give me a spot hidden as well. And then Donald had his very good success, so he's going to see some stuff in the room as well.
Okay. Yeah, mine's just a 47. So
Is that a fail or a pass?
no, it's a success, but just regular success.
Yeah, with that success, you definitely see in the fireplace, there seems to be one small ember that's still burning, which you wouldn't expect given that this house is supposed to have been abandoned for about 40 years or so.
I'll just point to that. Vagrants.
I mean, we saw a vermin with no heart. I'm struggling to believe it's vagrants, Clyde.
Vagrants do that kind of thing all the time, I bet.
Okay. Do you want me to look at it?
The fire or the other door?
Then maybe
The ember.
Why don't you guys just scare off the vagrants?
Because
Okay.
there's. All right, you
You've
shock
got-
and awe, or
We've got guns.
I was just gonna run screaming through the door. That's what
Hey.
I rolled for before, and you just told me to do the other one. So.
all right, it's ready to shoot
Yeah,
anything. but-
sword out. I think I'm just gonna like shoulder, and then I know this sword isn't sharp, right?
It's
so
not.
I'm just gonna swing like this, sort
Okay.
Yes, like a child, Troy runs into the other room, shoulders through the swinging door, waving his sword around,
Get out of here!
yelling at whatever he believed to be behind the door. Troy, coming into this room, you see what appears to be, once you stop swinging around and open your eyes, it's quiet in this room as well. It appears to be the kitchen or scullery of some kind. There's counters, an old umbrella stand. Seems just like a regular kitchen, and there's no monsters in this room with you.
No vagrants. Just a
No
kitchen
food.
and a back door.
But there was a bang, right?
It wasn't in here.
Clyde, why don't you give me a listen check?
11. That's pretty good. What's
That sounds like a
my listen's at
success to me.
1%. So, no. Oh, right under it was 1%. That's locksmith. 20%. So, yeah, that's a success.
That's a good success. You hear as Troy is kind of hollering in the next room, you hear what sounds like a scuffling below your feet. It sounds like quick movement and then nothing.
Something heard us. And I'm going to just point the gun kind of towards the ground, changing it from pointing into that room. Did you guys notice a cellar door on the outside?
I didn't look for one. It's kind of dark. I could check.
I didn't notice one.
I will say Donald, with his good success,
Oh, yes.
I did skip over that a little bit, but you do see in the corner of the room what could be some sort of trapdoor that could go into a potential cold room or something. You also notice the dust of the floor does seem a little disturbed in this area.
Okay. Well, once again, you guys have the guns. Like,
You're the locksmith, so doors is more your thing, and then we got the guns.
Yes, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
okay, I go over to the cellar door in the room and
What's it look like in there? Is it just pure darkness? I
Hold on,
imagine.
hold on. Let's
I'm
see if the
not
keeper
looking
tells
down
us. Yeah, if something takes Donald. Let the keeper say
Yeah.
something first.
Only his shoes are left behind, rattling to the ground.
Donald throws open the cellar door, and all three of you can now hear what sounds like scuffling footprints or footsteps below. It does seem dark down there. There's no light, and there is a set of stairs that descends into a very small, cold storage room.
if this is a person, come out slowly with your hands up.
That's good instinct right there.
And
I'm going
you
to pull up my gun now, I think.
give me a persuasion check.
Wait, Troy, so you have flashlight, sword, gun, all of it?
Yeah.
Just triple
Nice.
wielding.
Yeah.
It's like your flashlight, like on the hilt of the
Yeah.
sword.
Oh,
I just taped it
nice.
on. Smart.
14. I needed a 50. So hard success.
All right. You just hear, is it gone?
What?
Come on out slowly.
Say again?
Is it gone?
That's vagrants.
I'm gonna come up there,
Okay.
but if I see any weapons,
No,
Nice
if
and
we-
slow.
We're the police. If we see any weapons, there'll be a problem.
How about no weapons?
Except
that guy. I agree with that guy. No weapons.
I put
Alright.
my weapon away and I stand in front of Clyde.
I don't know. Absolutely not. I will, there's a secret hip holster there, but I'm keeping it ready.
All right, on the count of 3, I'm gonna come up, and no one's got any weapons, and there's
3.
no monster up there.
No monsters.
promise.
Just us.
Just normal people don't say monster.
People who live in this house might.
Okay.
And you hear as something or someone comes up the stairs, and you see a head start to appear out of the
Human?
How many
Human?
tentacles does he have?
Yeah, human.
Yeah, how many eyes?
I got dice to shoot
Shaggy,
with.
unwashed, greasy black hair, followed by a head and shoulders and the torso of a human. His face looks in the flashlight. Light looks gaunt, and he's got his hands up, but he's kind of wobbling on the stairs. The most inhuman thing about him is how wild and huge his eyes look, as bloodshot as he is looking around at the three of you.
When he gets like 3/4 of the way up out of the hatch, I like grab him by the scruff of the collar and like push him forward.
Yeah. Ushering
I need
outside
to,
if possible.
I need to see you from the waist down because this guy could be a centaur for all I know.
Yeah, give me I guess just give me a strength or a brawl kind of check. Oh, dealer's choice.
They're very different numbers.
Give me a brawl.
10.
All right, that sounds like a pass to me. You grab him by the scruff of the neck. Just making like incoherent noises as you throw him. Do you say on the ground or on the chair?
On the ground, just like
On the ground.
push him out of the hatch.
Yeah, you throw him down on the ground. He smells bad, first of all, and is just wearing some tattered clothes, and he stares at you guys. I really don't mean any trouble. I'm sorry.
Why are you in this house?
I stopped by on my way into town, and that's when I was attacked by a monster.
What kind of monster?
I didn't get a look at it. I ran. Okay. So, and he still looks really scared. Does anyone have a weapon out on him?
Just in my hip holster.
All right. He definitely eyes that fearfully.
I am holding a sword with the flashlight taped to it. So
Okay,
there's
so
that. Whatever you want to make of that, you can make of that. But
Yeah, I think he's also looking at that fearfully, but also confused.
That's regulation. That's for trainees.
Oh, all right.
I am a
sir.
trainee.
You want to come outside for a second?
No, no, I won't. No, that's where the monster got me. I ran in here, and then.
Well, we've got the weapons and the guns, and I think
Sir,
it'd be safer if we could talk outside for just a second.
We're
I
here
don't-
to deal with all the bad stuff that's been happening here. Okay, so we would just love to get some information so that you don't die and we don't die, and we can get rid of this monster that attacked you.
Any of you or all three of you can give me a psychology check.
Got a 54 in that.
So you're saying there's a
Beat it by 20.
Massive failure.
Massive
same.
failure, success.
Success.
Clyde, he is having a huge argument in his head right now about whether it is more dangerous to go outside or to be shot by you. And he's
And
not
so
sure.
They genuinely
worse.
believe there's a monster outside.
He genuinely believes there's a monster outside.
Okay. Okay, what did this monster look like to you? You said you didn't really get a chance, but what makes you say monster?
It.
was
What
gonna say
was
here-
that, trainee?
I was just gonna say, here, take a seat, please.
All
There's a
right.
chair in here, right? So hopefully it holds him.
The
There
chair.
is. You help him get to the chair, but still keeping your hand. Or I assume Donald keeping his hands on him.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it, but something slashed at my ankle. So I came here. I saw a house where I could have a quick rest before continuing on, and as I was getting all settled down, I just went outside to, you, relieve myself, and uh, this like a whirling wind came out and it slashed at my ankles. See here, and he goes to lift up his pant leg, if you'll allow
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Slowly.
He slows down. He's dealt with coppers before.
I've dealt
You
with
can tell.
boot knives, so.
I swear I don't have no boot knives, sir.
All right.
And you do see what looks like a fresh talon, or like some sort of like scratch mark on his leg, quite large. And I hobbled back inside thinking it would be safe, and I was just tending to that wound when I heard y'all come in the front door, so I quickly ran downstairs. I thought the monster came in, but you guys aren't that, I assume?
It looks like you got scratched by a twig.
Yeah, it could be badger, cat. You didn't get a look at it, but you got hurt at a low ankle spot on your body. So, monster is just a weird place for the head to go. I think. I think you're safe. I don't think there's a monster.
Can I know little medicine. Can I just take a look at it? And I actually am gonna just try and I'll just take out the med kit that I made sure to bring, open it up, and I'll try and patch him up a little bit if he'll let me. But also, was this a vermin?
Yeah. Make that check.
This is first aid, I presume.
Okay.
That is 18, which is a moderate, or whatever the second one, hard success.
Hard success. The scratch feels deep. You are able to patch him up, but as you're doing so, you notice like a caustic, so like an acidic substance that seems to have burned into the wound a bit. So there's a scratch that left some sort of acidic burn on his skin as well. You're not familiar with an animal that would do that, at least in this area.
Okay, yeah, I finished patching it up, and sorry, what was your name, sir?
Jake. My name's Jake, and I don't want to be any trouble. I'll leave right now if that's what you want.
Yeah,
You
I
just
think we
give
can
me-
all probably step outside, and I've got a car if you need a ride to town.
All right. Yeah, you have a vehicle. That's great.
Keeps the ankles safe.
Accurate.
I would be forever in your debt, sir.
All right. Then let's just do that. If we could just each go outside, and then I will also go outside in a moment.
Give me a fast talk check. Unless you really mean a persuasion, but something tells me you don't.
No, I do. I am going to go outside, but I do want to just go last. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to say let's go, and then he doesn't move. Like, no, please go outside. Don't be in this house anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's obvious that I just don't. I don't want to be the first one out.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled too high for a fast talk.
All right, sir. If I will say you do have your gun actually, so you can give me with advantage.
Let's just re-roll the 10s.
Yeah. You take the lower.
Yeah, well, got higher, so.
Okay. He looks at the rest of you. If we're all going to go outside, what I would suggest is we all take a quick run for the car. You don't want to be out there too long.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. Okay. If I sort of like give him a general direction, like point at the door, like it's right there, so you can't miss it.
Yeah.
He looks back at the three of you. Oh, all right. And he slowly starts walking towards the door. You hear the creak of the floorboards underneath him.
I'm going to whisper to Clyde, and if Donald's within reach, that his cuts were not done by a creature. There are burns on his legs that I don't think a creature can make.
Great. That's really good. That's really comforting.
I just wanted you to know before you go outside.
Okay, just keep an eye on him.
So
He wasn't a lying, so if you see a weird wind, you let me know.
Okay, could be weird blood, but okay.
If you see wind.
If you see wind.
I mean, stuff gets caught up in wind, and then you... Shut up, Donald.
Okay, yep. As long as one of us is out last, and you don't pull a sneaky one on us and try and scuttle down into the basement, then
Here,
we're good to go.
I'll go first. I'll run first. If you want to run with me, and I can help you get there, because your ankle's all cut up, I can help you.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. And he heads towards the door with Troy, pushes the door open, looks at you, Troy. On my count, we run, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
1, 2, 3, run! And he starts running towards the car. What do you do, Troy?
I run with him.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'll move out of the house, but I'll turn to Donald and say, I swear to God, I thought he was the genie, and I thought he couldn't come out of the house, and he's outside, so I guess he's not the genie. But
You thought he was the genie?
he said the monster was outside. I thought it was bound into the house. I thought that was the whole thing.
The
Right?
keeper rolled dice, folks. Just...
So my next plan is I want to try and drive off the property, and if he doesn't freak out, then probably not the genie, and then I don't know what genies look like, but anyway, I'm just gonna turn and go to the car.
As you guys are having this conversation, you see Troy and Jake running ahead of you. Troy, you are running, normal activity for an athlete such as yourself. When you hear this growing gust of wind coming from the side, you turn back to look at the direction it's coming from, just in time to see this vortex of wind grab Jake and, like a cyclone, hurtle him into the air, around and around and around, before he zooms off towards the forest, bones breaking behind him as he, no, I said we shouldn't go outside.
He's very likely not the genie.
Troy, make a sanity check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
With disadvantage? Oh my goodness.
Kind of does feel like they always should be, right? This is a bad time.
Don't you think?
You can't use luck on sanity, right?
You sure can't.
Yep. My current sanity is a 43. I rolled a 44.
Ooh.
Nice. Going crazy.
Great. You lose 4 sanity.
I'm in the 30s now.
Really close, as you see this body being hurtled. It's the force of someone falling down a cliff, as you hear the bones crack, and he's gone before you even know what happened.
Yeah, I think is everyone running out? Because if not, I'm running back
probably
into the house.
just saw the tail end of it.
Yeah, I think Clyde
Not
and
the
Donald
doorway.
were like stepping out the door at the moment this happened.
Okay. We were safer in the house. Should we
I run back to the house.
step back in?
Yeah, I'm
I
running
don't
back to the
understand.
house. I don't have time to think about it because I'm out here with it.
Did the journals say anything about this, Donald? I thought Maybe I
Stop
misunderstood.
talking about stuff when I'm gonna die. Yeah,
I
I'm just
think
trying to get back in time.
Yeah, Troy, you slide through the threshold of the house, slamming the door behind you. Give me a listen check, and then you guys can continue your conversation.
Listen, it's not bad. 21. That's that's a hard success.
You listen for the sound of that vortex wind, and it doesn't sound like it's coming back this way right now.
I'm not exactly sure how to leave the house now.
no. So my understanding was that they had locked it here in some place, like to the house. But I guess it's maybe
Well,
to the property, but not
maybe
the.
upstairs. It's like a half
Oh.
story, right?
It's like an attic. Yeah.
Guys, keep an eye out for some amber. I think there's something in this house it needs. It can't get in the house. Right? It's out. It's just outside of it. It left something outside of it, and it came out of it, or it was summoned with a piece of amber. Maybe there's something in the house that it needs, and Meriwether's life is the only thing keeping it from getting in here.
We'll have to check the basement and the attic.
Dibs on the attic.
I'll start recreating the pentagram in the middle of the floor.
Don't go outside by yourself.
Then
There's a
I
back door in
will.
the kitchen.
This is
I'll
time for
go
you to
down.
buck up, Clyde.
Yeah, I'll go.
Slap on
I'll
the
go
back.
down. Great. Great.
Let's be quick, since we don't know if this thing's gonna burst through the door and kill us all.
Yeah.
True. Just because I don't think it won't come in doesn't mean it won't come in.
Can I take the flashlight? One of them.
We should have two. I thought I brought two.
I don't know if Donald's okay to
Yeah,
try and
I'm
draw by
gonna
moonlight.
keep the
Just-
fireplace going.
We have a
Okay.
candle too.
That's
Yeah.
true. You do
Maybe
have
light
a
that
little.
in here.
Just
candle
the
holder.
thing about a flashlight is it doubles as a weapon, so it's just.
I
So
got
it's a-
enough.
I'll take the
I'll take the
candle
flash-
holder.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the
Yeah.
flashlight.
My flashlight is taped to a sword.
Great. Wait a minute. We have that mirror. I'm gonna point the mirror into the stairway as low as it can go and flash the light at it and see if anything is caught in the light. I guess.
All right.
In the cellar below or whatever.
So we'll start with Clyde. Yes, the cellar is a very small room. You hold the mirror up so that you can see down the stairs, and you see a flash of light in the mirror that spooks you for a second, and then you realize that was the flashlight you were going to put down there to see what was happening.
Good.
And otherwise, you don't see any movement or anything from below, but there does appear to be some shelving and items down there.
Okay, great. I'll leave the mirror on the seat, the one chair here, and I'll go down.
Perfect. So you descend the stairs. Like I said, it's a very small room. There is a set of shelving that has preserves. They're dusty, things like pickled vegetables and some jams. Some old bottles of what you can only assume are moonshine. And then there is a large trunk just sitting there as well. And give me a spot hidden check as you're looking around.
Oh, tremendous success. Extreme. I got a 13. I needed a 16 for that.
All right. All right. The other thing you notice is the underside of the cellar door. So under the floorboards essentially, has that same symbol that you guys saw etched outside of the door frame.
Yeah, I'll just tap it and say, Donald, same weird stuff here. If you want to look at these, and I'll go down. There's also a chest, so that could be good. And flashing around, there's no like obvious anything that looks like amber or anything on any of these shelves or anything aside from the preserves.
No, everything else looks quite mundane on top of the shelves.
Okay, I'll just start bringing the chest back up to the main area.
Yeah, it's hefty but not undoable. An old leather chest. You pull up the stairs. Definitely contains something, as you can hear things moving around in there. And it also doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait till everyone's ready before opening this. And you just never know.
Yeah.
Pandora's box and all that. So I'm just gonna I'll leave it in the center of the room or off to the side for now.
Donald, you were filling in the pentagram that to have been here on the floor from when the group did their ritual.
Yeah.
You can tell it was made in charcoal, so you can easily fill that in the whole way through.
Yeah, and I'll also try and stoke the fire with that little ember just to get a little bit more light going. And I know they were, based on the journal, using the fireplace for burning stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You can easily get a fire going. Did you say that you were doing anything with the candle, or you just have the candle out?
I'm using it as my light source currently.
Perfect.
It's
so
lit.
you light the candle, and it appears to be burning nicely. Something you notice is, although wax seems to be dripping from it, it doesn't seem to be getting any shorter in the time that you're spending here.
Okay.
But yeah, just
cool.
burns away. Anything else you wanted to do in this room?
There's like nothing really else in here though, right? It's just like the chair and the little table.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
There's
I'll move
the
them
weird
out of the way
symbols.
so they're out of the way of the pentagram, and yeah, I'll see if I can find any other like original markings from when they previously did the ritual.
Yeah, give me a quick spot hidden check as you're looking around.
No. 48.
All right. The only thing you can see without that is just that as you're tracing this pentagram, there was obviously a spot that was broken at some point. You know that from the journal entries, so you just make sure to cover that well.
Sure. Okay. Just waiting for the guys to come back with stuff from the other rooms.
Stuff and things.
And Troy, what were you doing during this time?
I was going to the little upstairs, half upstairs area. Troy is convinced that there is either a piece of amber in here that Jeannie wants, or it's a lamp of some kind.
Yeah.
So I'm essentially just looking for something that Jeannie would want, I guess.
Great. So in this back room, there is one of those pull down ladders and then a hatch in the ceiling that opens up into an attic of some sort. You climb up and push open, shine your flashlight around. The first thing you notice is you are accosted with the scent of there's a moldy smell in this house, but it is intensified. There is a rotting smell from this attic, as well as just like a thick air that you can almost taste. No ventilation really happening up here.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's awful. You shine your flashlight around and you see that there is straw bedding the floor everywhere up here. And there are things scattered about on the floor, but it's hard to tell. Are they like rocks? You'd have to get a bit closer to see.
Hey, you two, I'm going all the way up. It's pretty rank in here. There's rocks. Hold on.
Sounds riveting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Going up.
You go up, and as you give me, oh, sorry, you did a spot hidden. Did you do a
No,
spot
no,
hidden up here yet?
no.
Okay, do that.
That is a 29, which is just a regular success.
Perfect. So you climb up into the attic and shine your flashlight around. The first thing you notice is, like Clyde, on the top side of the door that you got in here, there's that same etching into the floorboards. And then you shine your flashlight around one of these, what you thought were rocks or toys of some sort, and you see the pigeons and rats and other vermin carcasses laid, maybe 20 all around here, similar to downstairs, with rib cages torn open.
Oh my god!
You're gonna have to give me another sanity check.
Oh my god!
What is it? Unholster the gun.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, I keep failing!
Oh no.
You are going to take 5
God.
5 points against your sanity, and you're gonna need to give me an intelligence check to see if you're comprehending what's happening to you right now.
I gotta roll. You want to roll bad?
You want to roll bad on this one. I want you to succeed.
Yes, of course. My sanity's at 34 for anyone at home who's keeping track. That's not great.
Kind of low.
That's a 38. My intelligence is a 50. So that's the point of the game, right? That's what you want.
You understand this being that is ripping open the bodies of creatures and taking their heart, and yours is probably next.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You go to scream, but nothing comes from your throat.
Oh god.
As you look around wildly, the only other thing you see in here are some windows. What would you like to do?
I think in a panic, I just take a few steps back and I fall through the open door. Just straight up fall.
Yeah, you take 2 damage as you fall onto the ground. Clyde, Donald, you hear from the back room. There was a yell from Troy,
Yeah.
and then silence, and then a huge clatter in that room.
I'm in mid-run as soon as he starts yelling about something.
Can I breathe? That's a good question.
Yes, you can breathe.
Yeah, I just mostly nurse my wounds, having fallen the story. Probably hit the ladder on the way down.
You try to yell out again to Clyde and Donald, but nothing comes out.
What's happened? What's up there?
Nothing.
I move my mouth, but nothing comes out.
Donald?
I come over.
I start
okay?
to grab my neck like in a panic.
I don't know. He can't talk. He said something was wrong and then was pushed down here, and now he can't talk.
Just try to calm down, Troy. Slow breaths.
Oh, great. I run for the mirror.
Yeah, I think I don't calm down. What I do is I grab Donald's bag and I rip out paper. I don't care what it is, and grab the nearest writing utensil and just write, "I can't talk. Help me. Don't go upstairs."
What did you see? What's up there?
I just write, "They're all open."
That's great. That's good to see. Okay, yeah, I run for the mirror, and
Yeah, you grab the mirror, no
I'm
problem.
gonna go up so I can look up there with the mirror without going up there.
Yeah, I think I just start writing, "They're all open" over and over again.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
you do
good.
so.
Yeah, that's good.
Clyde, you rush up these stairs with the mirror and a flashlight in one hand. Give me a spot hidden check.
Okay.
I'll be right behind him with my little candlestick holder.
I'll have to spend 7 luck.
If you want to see.
Yeah.
You don't know what
so
it is,
I
so you
hit,
do.
Hit the 81 exactly to spend the luck for that.
All right. You see what Troy saw is all of these little vermin creatures littering the floor of this attic with their chests split open. Why don't you give me a sanity roll?
Okay. You want to roll up or down?
You want to succeed on the sanity roll, so you want to
below.
hit the under.
Too high. Yeah. I
Okay.
failed then.
Great, awesome. You just take 4 points against your sanity. You're able to. It's disgusting and terrifying, but at least you understand why Troy is freaking out.
Yeah, I'm just relaying it to Donald. Like, looks like a bunch of small animals ripped open, same as outside. There's so many.
Okay, well, the stuff we might need is probably up there then, so
Okay.
move over. I'll
There's a
go
chest.
give you a
There's a
hand.
chest in the main room. Maybe we don't risk going up there if something's doing this like it did to Troy. Maybe let's look in the chest first.
Yeah, okay, go look in the chest, but like we're here, we might as well.
He can't talk anymore because we went up there.
You're wasting time, man.
So
I move Clyde out of the way.
I probably would just push you as well. Like, so we're not going up there yet, and I'm gonna everyone together for a second.
All right, open the chest then. What are you waiting
Yes.
for?
Just your arms are good, I hope, to open stuff still.
Oh my lord, this man is afraid of everything.
Have you
I
seen
open
these
the
occult
chest.
symbols everywhere?
Yeah,
And as
I'm
our
still
resident
writing I'm still
occult
writing
guy?
"They're all open."
Yeah,
And
he's
not
not
able to
doing
talk.
so good. You're the occult guy, and there's symbols everywhere. You want to look at those?
Sure. Do I recognize any of them?
Yeah, so a few things happen. Let's start with when Donald was heading up, trying to get past Clyde.
Cool.
Whoever was paying attention noticed that the flame on the candle started to burn a little hocus pocusy, like a black flame, as he got closer to the attic, and then went back to regular as Clyde pushed him away. The second thing that happens is as Troy's writing over and over again, Troy, you notice yourself, you hear a sound and notice it's yourself whimpering as you seem to be gaining collection over your voice again.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Welcome back.
That was not
Something.
what I was expecting.
No, that was a bummer. So yeah,
Wow.
a few things there. So we saw that candle. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
What candle?
This candle went black as we tried to get up there.
Still by the hatch, right? Raise it higher.
Yeah, as you raise it higher to the hatch, black flame.
Well, that's cool. I don't know what that means, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
That feels like something done by something not from here, and a space that is filled with something not from here. Something occulty, probably.
But is it a good sign closer or a bad sign danger?
I think when we get close to the occult thing, it turns black. It might just be a warning.
Yeah, but warning, is a bad thing for me.
I mean, if you know before it comes, it's a good thing, as opposed to what I just did.
So let's
Anyway.
keep that flame lit and let's go to that box just
Sure.
in case.
And Donald, you can give me an occult roll because I know there was the question of if you recognize these symbols. Again.
I don't.
Yeah. Anyone else can also give me an occult roll if they want to try it.
True. It's just 5%. That's
I
no
rolled an
hard.
83. So
Oh, bummer.
close.
Yeah.
Not me.
Just with
shoot.
Aaron being able to roll so low, you
I
always
just-
got to try, right?
It's close. I only missed by 62.
You almost have enough luck.
Yeah, hard to say. But you keep the candle lit, and you go towards the trunk that you left in the front room. Like I said, it is unlocked, so
Yeah.
it's an easy open if that's what you want to do.
With the foot, I'll just nudge it to as close to the candles we feel like it would activate if it's ready to activate. And
Yeah, the candle seems to stay in its normal candle state next to the box.
Okay. Yeah, then I try and open the box.
Yeah. You do so. It creaks open. And again, you're hit with this musty, being closed for 40 years smell. Within the box, you find a few things. There is a pile of black fabrics, which you take out and kind of looking around, it appears to just be 6 black robes. Just getting into the spirit of things potentially.
God, I hope we don't have to wear those.
You don't like the My First Occult kit?
There is a little cigar box buried beneath these robes in the trunk, as well as a stack of yellowed a stack of yellowed papers.
Is there anything on the yellow papers?
Yeah, you pick it up, and it appears to be. That's the wrong book, Rebecca. It appears to be a Latin, a long Latin phrase with some sort of English translation underneath it.
And what does the English translation say?
It says. This is again where I would have got, my husband to do a voiceover and stuff, but ain't nobody got time for that. O spirits, you I exercise by the power, wisdom, and virtue, by the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, trunk, source, and origin of all the other divine names, whence they all draw their life and their power. There's a lot. I'm going to read it. I exercise you by the name Nyarlathotep, signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom, his majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void. I exercise you by the most powerful name of Azathoth, the all-powerful who shall punish the crimes. I exercise you and I command you absolutely, O demon, in whatsoever part of the universe you may be, by the virtue of all these names, hear you and obey.
And there's several copies of this?
There are 6 copies of this.
Well, I had one to each of them. It's like, well, this is the chant that we
Yeah.
only had partial of.
I
So-
see.
You're probably going to have to say the Latin bit, not the English bit.
Oh, good.
So, just sound it out.
Just sound it out. Sounds like it looks okay. Okay, so what else do we need then? We got this. We got the
I
robes.
opened the little cigar box that was in there.
Yeah. You open that. Clyde fingers crossed that there's cigars in there, and there's not. You see 2 little glass jars both filled with powders. One is filled with a brown powder, and one is filled with something much finer, with like a silvery tint to it.
So I don't think we needed to rob the university.
Yep, Troy, we might have to do a put pocket situation, undo that stealing.
I mean, is this enough? Because the rest of it's in the trunk.
Yeah, if we can match them somehow in case we need more, but
Does anybody
Yes,
want to risk going
The
outside
rest
right
of
now?
them are in the trunk, yeah.
yeah, it's
So we're good with what we got here.
we might be okay. I mean,
We don't
Troy
have
was
much
pretty
of a choice
quick.
at the
He outran it, I believe.
No, I think it just didn't pick me.
Yeah,
Just
the
pick
other
the
guy
other
just got devoured. All right, well, have a robe. Let's go see what the spooky occult attic is and not lose our voices this time, yeah?
So we're just gonna treat the black candle as go there, not a warning.
Everything's a warning. This house is a warning.
Well, specifically, we have one that says kind of don't go there a little bit. Is there a big reason why you want to go up to the dead animal thing where Troy lost his voice with the black candle saying don't go there?
'Cause what if the amber's there that we need to trap the genie in?
That would be a huge bummer.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is a piece of amber in this cigar box as well. I just didn't mention it.
Okay.
I was
Oh.
like, yeah, I should make them. I was like, wow, they really want to go back to the attic. So that's why, Rebecca. That's why they
Yeah.
want to go back to the attic.
I think while they're having this argument, Troy's like, "You mean this Amber?"
Yes,
Oh.
that amber.
Okay.
My
Good
bad.
instincts.
Didn't notice it.
Sorry.
Too many things going on.
Yeah. Somebody close the attic, please.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to treat it as a warning, but
Yeah. So how do we bring the genie here to trap him in the
God.
pentagram? Who's going to be bait?
Do we need a bait? Okay, what's the process? Let's look at it again. It's in the journals, right?
Yeah. I go through the ceremony and kind of match everything up.
Yeah.
No matter what happens,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's allowed to break the circle.
Like our bodies or the
what's
pentagram?
pentagram. You break the
pentagram?
pentagram, we all die.
Okay,
Pentagram
Good.
stays?
pentagram stays. Yep,
Pentagram stays?
Yeah. No problem.
All right.
cool.
All right.
I would like to go home at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just, like crumpling up the papers that I was writing on, trying not to look at them.
I've got the notebook open, and it's going to say cult of order, so we know what we're doing in order for the cult thing.
So you review the journals. You don't need to do any more checks because you've poured over these quite a few times. Everything's kind of coming into place now. The first order of business is exactly like Donald said. The circle cannot be broken. That seems to be so. This whole order of business seems to be something Meriwether has written out as this is what we think will work based on how it was summoned. There's always a chance that it won't because this exact ritual hasn't been tested, but this is what he feels very confident will work. So circle cannot be broken. The chant has to be continuous. And has to be cumulatively done over 2 hours. So whether that means each of you sings, if each of you is saying the chant for half an hour, that counts as an hour and a half total. Like each voice basically has to do altogether 2 hours. If at any point nobody is chanting, the whole thing is a bust and you have to start over.
Okay.
And you must burn the sulfur oxide in the fire, is what it says.
Great. Good.
The other little things I'll just say is it doesn't seem to say specifically whether the being, the entity needs to be here. You get the feeling like from the drawings, there's a picture of the amber in the center of the pentagram. And I'll just say you get the feeling that you could start this ritual and it should draw the being in rather than having to like somehow get it here.
Okay.
That's a big plus.
Yes. Anything in this room that could be picked up by wind, I'm taking it out and putting it on the front porch.
Okay. We could, yeah. Well, what about downstairs? Do we know what those
Well-
markings mean?
No.
No.
That's great. Because we're kind of in like a box, right? Like there's markings all around this room. There's dead birds up there, dead stuff outside. So if we're surrounded by the markings, maybe the spaces outside of them are bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it can't control anything in here until we
but
draw it in here.
If we summon it, it should stay within the pentagram. As long as there's always somebody chanting.
It could
Yeah.
just be warding symbols of some kind.
Something. Yeah. I'm just wondering, as far as it controlling stuff, it can do it outside. It may not be able to only where the symbols contain stuff. So if we give it a chair, it's got a chair. Otherwise, if it's in here, maybe it doesn't. Until it's in here, I don't know. I just don't know how it definitely seems like this thing's gonna put up a fight. It just absolutely killed that guy.
Why don't we just put the chair in the fire? We need to stoke it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if we can just burn everything, but yeah.
It's a chair and a table.
Yeah, I don't need them.
It's not that much.
Oh, they would? They
Yeah.
would, right?
The chair's like a big armchair, so like fabric and foam with probably a
Mm.
wood interior, but the table's just a little wooden side table.
There's
Maybe
also
not.
a side room. Just put it in there. If you're that worried about it.
Yeah, just out of the way. I don't know.
So you guys clear the space, potentially burn this chair or table. And yeah, you have your pentagram all set up. What would you like to do?
Start putting on the robe.
The book didn't say anything about having to
Might
wear
as
a
well
robe.
look the part.
Yeah. If they give it to you, it's implied,
If they both put it on, Troy would inevitably give in to peer pressure. He does not want to wear this robe.
It
Donald
looks
is.
pretty cool with the sword, though.
This robe was definitely sized for someone in like their early 20s.
It's bulging around the middle.
It was real tight around the midsection.
Absolutely perfect.
Just a fat cultist is so funny to me.
Okay, so I'll start. And then somebody-
Okay, we don't want to do cumulatively.
We can. Do you guys just want to all chant together for 45 minutes?
I guess that's hard, huh?
Yes.
We can do it in two. I don't know, 2 in 2s, and then it's like, no, one person. There's only 3 of us.
Like if you do it, we'll go at a nice steady pace. Just don't speed up, slow down. Just stick to the pace. If you miss a word, it's okay. Everybody else will be dogging.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What if we got 2 of us, and if you need a break, you just tap the other end, and then we'll just 2 hours. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll figure. We can't overdo it in time, right? Can't. 2 hours and 5 minutes is probably fine.
Probably.
Okay.
Who knows? They were guessing when they did all this originally.
Okay.
So
Great.
I put the sulfur oxide. That what it was?
So there was 2 containers. There was the brown powder and then the like silvery talcum like powder.
All right.
Okay.
Which
I'll,
one is the sulfur oxide?
Anyone can make a
Donald?
science-based check.
Yeah, I think I don't have that one.
Sure. What is a science-based check?
So there is a
1%.
chemistry skill which you may or may not have. Otherwise, I will also take an occult roll.
31.
And is that a success for you?
Yes.
The brown powder, not too sure what that is. You open it, give it a little sniff. It definitely has a sulfur odor to it.
Okay.
The talcum-like powder. This is not something. This feels different. This feels occulty. I will say you can make a Cthulhu Mythos roll if you want to know exactly what it is, but it's probably not sulfur oxide.
I will try.
I know you guys don't have tons of points in this yet, but you never know.
A 58, so no.
So, okay. Brown powder, probably more likely to be it. Silver powder, not sure what it is at all.
Yeah, so it's probably this one.
Okay.
I think so. Strongly think so.
No mention of a mysterious powder in the journal?
Not that I saw.
Well, hopefully that is not integral to this.
Hopefully not.
It feels fitting to just kind of keep the candle going.
Yeah.
Maybe with the mirror, so we get a heads up.
Yeah. Maybe just point at the front door or something, or at the
I'll just
pentagram.
kind of do this with it, and
Sure.
I'll point between the doors and all of them. Every once in a while, just like, is anything coming after us in the dark with the candle flickering? And Troy's got his sword, so we're fine even if someone comes.
You're fine. Cool. So mechanically, what's going to happen as you're enacting this ritual is that for every half an hour that one of you is chanting, you're going to have to use 2 magic points. Now, you should have something called magic points on your sheet that we haven't really used yet.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll just have to keep track of those when I tell you, okay, it's been half an hour, and if you've been chanting that whole time, you get rid of 2 magic points.
Okay.
Otherwise, so with the 3 of you ready to start the ritual, you have drawn your pentagram on the ground. You have your sulfur oxide ready to burn, and you have your totally, completely unnecessary black robes on that you found in the basement.
They have value. They add to it.
That all look really consistent and the same.
The ambiance is killed a little bit from Donald, but
Is your guys just like really warm?
No, it's breezy.
yeah, actually, it's really comfortable.
Oh, jeez. I might pass out here.
It's just 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cumulative 2 hours.
Is there anything else you do in preparation for this ritual?
We had a very loose plan where we try in teams of 2 to keep the ritual going, so that if anything crazy happens, we can tag someone in and always, because if it's broken, we're done for. So
Yeah, so is the person who is not chanting just trying to defend the other 2 chanting, or are they laying aside so that they can come in and chant it at any given moment?
I think combo, help and rest your voice.
Okay.
And make sure the amber is in the center of the pentagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was in the suitcase, not the attic.
If you 2 want to chant, I've got my magic sword, so I think
Sure.
maybe-
True. And I'm still with the mirror, aiming it up. Sometimes up the stairs, sometimes at the doors, basement.
Yeah, I've got my little candlestick holder with the candle burning away.
All right. The candle is burning yellow right now. As you guys make your preparations and stand around the pentagram. The three of you have the sheets for the Latin verse that you need to chant, and Clyde and Donald begin the chant. The house is quiet while the sulfur oxide burns and gives off a rotten egg smell in the fire. The first 15 minutes goes by with Troy keeping an eye out, holding his sword up, walking back and forth. Clyde, every once in a while, moving the mirror around, not seeing any action. And Donald focused on the chant in front of you. When all of a sudden you start to hear a cyclone-type wind going through the house. It starts in the attic, and you hear things banging against walls and being thrown up and around. You hear the glass of the window break, and you start to hear guttural calls in a language you don't understand.
Good.
And I'll start all with a sanity check as you hear these noises above you.
Troy, it's happening.
Yeah, why is it upstairs? Why did it have to be upstairs?
Back to chanting.
Oh, God. Gosh darn it.
007 is good or bad? Okay.
That's
good.
the best number you can get, I think, in the game. A 007?
007.
Yeah.
You have a suit on now?
Right. Cool.
An 87 is like that, right?
Sideways, yeah.
Yeah, an 87 is like that, but bad. And then Donald?
62. I needed a 64.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 43 in case anyone's keeping track. It's bad.
Cool.
No, you're not. It's about to go lower.
Yeah, true.
Troy, you lose 2 sanity, but are able to keep your cool at least in a little bit as you realize that Clyde and Donald have to keep this chant going, and this is all on you to figure out what to do next.
Is there... Okay, there is like a hatch that like opens down from upstairs, correct?
Yes.
Can I just like take the sword end and like just push up so that nothing can come down?
All
Just trying
right.
to keep it up there, just like 2 hands.
In the gap.
I have more leverage because I did duct tape the flashlight to the bottom of...
Yeah. You do so. You go over to the attic and you use your sword to lift the trap door. All of a sudden, the sword is almost wiped from your hand as something grabs it from the top. I need you to make a strength check for me.
Oh God. I made it worse.
Just chanting with concern.
I'm rolling so bad, but I rolled a 79 and my strength is 80.
Okay.
That is a success, but just by 1.
I think this thing that I totally... Oh, there it is. It also made a success and not a hard success. So you guys are stuck in this grapple of like, whatever this is has the top of the sword and won't let go, and you have the bottom of the sword.
Yeah, I think I'm going to like just like climb and grab it with like my arm and my elbow and like reach down to that holster and just fire the gun up.
Perfect. You fired the gun up. You can give me a roll for that. Clyde, what do you usually roll for guns?
Firearms?
Firearms? Yeah, that
hers,
sounds right.
Handgun version though.
That's the
I've
one I
run
got.
like 6 or 7 of these games now. I know
Okay,
what's up.
that's pretty good. That's a 16. I need that's a great success.
Great success.
Great success.
I was gonna bore at it and I just didn't. And then there we go.
And then I did. You you shoot the gun up, and although you don't hear a sound of pain or anything like that that might let you know that you've hit something, uh, whatever it is seems to drop the sword in whatever is happening.
Did I damage it?
You have no idea.
I just didn't know if I was supposed to roll damage dice or if it was just like I scared it off.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I scared it off.
Yeah, don't roll anything right now. Clyde, you are looking in the mirror as you are chanting. You guys are about 20 minutes in now, almost at the first half hour. And you got your mirror and you're looking, and you see something fall onto the mirror, and a caustic burn of like an acrid substance comes up from the mirror. I need you to make me a luck roll.
Oh, okay. 28, and I have 42 luck.
All right. You manage to either place or not.
82. 82.
So sort of what you said before, but not that.
My brain isn't great because it was upside down. It said 08. It's like, that's an 8. No, 82. That's way over my luck.
You pull the mirror back to get a better look as this black sludge falls from the rafters above you and splatters on your skin. I need you to make me a con check.
Oh boy. Okay. 12. That's almost the best success.
Okay, there's hard and then there's extreme, and we're not just making up words for the successes.
Yeah, it's just that they don't write that here. They have different little words that I can't read, and so I forget every time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, it just says fast. No, it's just math. So
yes.
extreme, almost extreme. Is it worthwhile to spend luck to go to extreme successes, or?
Probably not. So you do take 2 points of damage as this acid burns into your skin, but you are able to continue the chant.
Just kind of scream into the chant a little bit. Look and show you the mirror, the globs pointed up. So we can look up at the ceiling, and then I will continue looking at the mirror anywhere else in case stuff's coming from anywhere else too.
Yeah, Donald, you look up and you see along with Clyde that most of the space between slats in the ceiling has this goo starting to drip down from it.
Cool.
Great. I'm doing my best to maintain the chant.
All right.
Well, seeing if the flame is changing at all.
As you do that, all 3 of you notice it gets eerily quiet, and the wind above in the rafters starts to dissipate, and you continue the chant, and you have gotten through the first half hour. which is going to be 2 magic points from each of you. Not Troy, but just Clyde and Donald who were saying the chant. And then as you are focusing, everyone give me a listen check.
It was 2 magic points, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a regular success.
Donald's very focused on the chant and making sure he's speaking Latin properly.
Yeah. It's, yeah. For scholarly reasons, I rolled an 88.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, for fear-based reasons, I rolled a 41, which is a success.
Um,
32.
Oh.
Donald and Clyde, you guys are saying this chant out loud. You can't really hear what's going on around you because you're just yelling into it, trying to, concentrate. Troy, you hear, help, help, coming from the front door.
Does that sound like catapult guy? The homeless guy that got catapulted?
Oh, yeah. Jake something, right?
Jake?
I'm stuck out here. Help!
Just shaking while chanting. Okay, I'll go right.
I pull out the gun. I don't know what else to do.
It's gonna get me, Troy.
It already got you though. Is there a way I could? Is there any windows close to the front door that I could just peek out?
Yeah, there's definitely windows next to the front door. You go over and open the blinds, and just a smidgen, a tiny
Just the
smidgen.
smallest amount.
And you see right up, face against the window, the face of Jake, but it is sullen and tattered, and potentially the neck is hanging off of the body.
Good.
I'll have you make another
Nobody's
sanity
home.
check.
Oh. It's getting bad, guys.
If I point the mirror at it, does it look right?
Does
Is there
it
anything
look right?
revealed in the mirror, or does it look the same?
It looks the same in the mirror, but it is just a little bit earlier than everything that's happening,
Good.
77.
which is a failure for you.
Yeah, I'm at a 41 right.
Yeah. You
Okay.
take 7 points against your
Shit.
sanity as you look closer and you see the arm bent in a direction that arms should not bend in. And I'll need you to make an intelligence roll.
I am reaching my arm out to Troy, so anytime you wanna slap in, I'm ready. Tag in.
I did
guess.
roll badly, or you don't want to succeed.
You don't want to succeed on this.
My intelligence is a 50, and I rolled a 63. So these bad rolls are really coming in for me right now.
Coming in clutch. Nice.
Mhm.
All right, that's good. You do. So you don't
I shoot
have.
at it.
Yeah, you shoot at it, breaking a hole, making a hole in the window. Give me a firearms shot again, or roll.
I don't know if we want that.
Ooh, that's good. That's a extreme success.
Okay, so you get to roll the damage. It's max damage, so your max damage die plus your max damage bonus, plus you get to roll your damage die.
So damage is it different for a gun?
It would be whatever Clyde's gun damage is.
Yeah, 1d10. No
Oh,
bonus.
snap.
Anything.
I do have a damage bonus as well of a D4. So a
Probably
D10,
right. So yeah, so
I don't even
10
have that.
plus 4 plus a d10. Like roll a d10.
2, so 16.
Okay. You in a panic shoot this Jake, I suppose, right in the face, right through the glass. Bullet clears his head. Whatever brains are left in there shoot out behind him, and it lies with a thud on the front porch.
Yeah, I think that failed sanity roll means I probably emptied the gun, just shooting at it. So I'm putting in the few remaining bullets I have left.
Yeah, hands shaking as you reload.
Ay, ay, ay.
I think I got it. Oh my god. I'm literally like sitting underneath the window, just like shakily putting in the bullets.
And Clyde and Donald, as you guys look over to see what Troy has done, you see smack, 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 smack. 3 or 4 birds just fly to the window and hit the glass
Oh god.
and tumble off. And I'll have you guys make sanity rolls as well.
Cool.
Do I take damage from that glass?
You don't.
Okay,
You
thank
shot that way.
goodness.
51. So I'm good.
61. I tied my sanity. I don't know if that's
That's a success then.
okay.
So
Just close
you
my eyes as soon as I see the first one. Like, nope.
yeah, you guys are able to continue concentrating.
It's just some birds. I've seen way weirder shit in the last couple days.
Yeah. Looking to the ceiling, is there any globs? Do I need to like move?
Yeah, I would say actually probably both of you at this point. You're on to the next half hour. Give me another luck check.
Do I have to give a luck check this time?
Yes, that would be great.
That's almost an instant failure.
Perfect. Excellent.
I have 2 luck right now.
Classic.
Oh God,
Come on, critical success.
you can do it.
78 for me.
54.
Pretty good. Right?
Not a 2, I'll tell you that. And Clyde,
Yeah, 78. That's success, I think.
Uh,
You want to roll over or under?
under.
Oh, never mind. It's a failure. Sanity, you rolled the other one, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm, no, I'm going crazy.
The only thing that
78.
you don't
So way
that you want to roll over for is the intelligence after a sanity
Oh, you're right.
check.
Yeah. It was just
Um,
confusing because I literally just did it a second
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So you both take 3 points of damage as this acid hits your shoulder, your back, and I'll have both of you make con checks as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't you dare.
I'm reaching my hand out to Troy. I
I
have less than
will-
half health left.
I have 6 econ. I rolled a 59.
I gotta do some math real quick. Give me a second.
Okay, take your time.
Minus all my luck.
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay, good.
I
No.
am maintaining the chance, Aaron.
Nope. Even if I spend all my luck, I can't do it. So, yeah, that's a 98.
Oh my god.
That's
Just-
what you had to calculate from a
Yeah,
98.
you're 2 away from the max number. Like, let me just check my luck.
Let me just check. I have 40 something luck, so I thought maybe, but no.
How does Clyde get this acid burning him and break out of the chant?
Yeah, I'm less than half health, so my body is closer to dying than alive. I think it's burning through my actual flesh, and I kind of rock away from the pentagram on the floor, get away from the ooze a bit, and I'm flailing towards Troy because I need to tag out. I just start grasping at you and gesturing to the sizzling way of clothes.
Okay, I will start to chant. And if I can do something in this moment, I will grab the first aid kit that's strapped to my hip and just try and salvage whatever Clyde is left. Because I do have first aid.
Thank
stuff
you,
and I-
buddy. I hold up the paper with the Latin
Yeah,
chant
I
and
just
kind
like
of
I'm
finger
chanting
read
it.
along for him.
Perfect. Yeah,
People
make
say
me a
by
first
Sal.
aid. That's very funny.
I can't remember that chant from Jackie Chan Adventures, but that's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, I thought it
That's
was
the
to
same
the
one it is. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was thinking that or It's
Monty
Tricky by
Python?
Run DMC.
That's not what I was thinking.
To the rhythm of.
I've been thinking Holy Grail, the monks that have to
Yes.
sup the board.
We all have to lock one in mind. It's our totem to this chain.
Yeah, and if I can attempt first aid while doing a chant.
Yes, yes. Go. Please make a first aid roll.
Hey, that's good. That is a 15. That is. That's a great success.
Okay.
Hard success.
That's going to be 2 hit points back to you, Clyde.
I do want to point out and remind everyone, like, Troy's stitches are bleeding because I have 7 hit points out of 13. I didn't really get to heal, so his stitches have reopened.
Great.
He's in Russian.
All right. So Troy is into the circle now, holding on to the bleeding bits of him a little bit, but is now chanting along with Donald. Clyde, what are you doing in the meantime?
I'm going to keep with the mirror, and whatever the mirror is looking at, like whatever I see, I'm aiming my gun hand at, so that if I see pretty much anything, I'm not going to hesitate too much before just shooting at Wild Abandon now.
All right. Speaking of which, you are moving the mirror around, and you move it over to the hatch of the attic, and you see in the mirror it starts to creak open.
I'll probably just start firing blindly. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, give me a shooting roll.
So many bullet holes in the small cabin already. You have so much luck, right?
I have to spend 19 to make this hit. Yeah, I'll do it. To
Use 'em
hit
or
it,
lose 'em.
to hit
Use 'em
at
or lose 'em.
50,
Use 'em or lose
I
'em.
will do it.
The grand finale.
Yeah. It leaves me 23 left, so not too
You
bad.
got tons, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You shoot with at what at first feels like reckless abandon, and then gain a little bit more control over the gun as you see in real time the hatch lift open, and you see 3 things plop 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 fall from the hatch.
With the
And you
mirror or my eyes first?
Your the mirror would show it slightly ahead.
Okay.
And you see that your bullet, which maybe should have given you advantage if you think about the fact that you would see yourself hit before actually hitting, which would maybe. My brain's breaking a little bit, but maybe that would be make you more confident to hit the shot. But you did it anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that hurts to think about, but yeah.
Yeah. As you see that your bullet hits one of these things that fell down, at first thinking maybe it's a part of whatever this thing is, but you see these 3 non-moving objects on the ground. What would you like to do?
Just aim the mirror at it first and see. My brain is saying they're birds again, so I'm trying to see if that's what they are at a glance.
Yeah.
I'll aim the mirror at it.
You continue to look with Donald and Troy chanting in the background, and you do see one of whatever this is, assuming a bird, as it kind of spreads wings and comes to life. The other, or one of the others, what appears to be a rabbit, but both creatures are they have like a lifeless look. They're have congealed blood on their in their fur as they start to launch towards you. The one you hit does not appear to move at all.
Okay, they didn't all rise from the dead. Just start yelling, monsters! And back up away from them if I can.
Yeah, I'll have you make a sanity check as you see these zombie animals come towards you.
Oh, 15.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just birds. Like you said, like Donald said, they're just birds.
Bad bird, bad bunny.
But they are going to head towards you. You see the rabbit heads straight for you, Clyde, whereas the bird zooms past you, heading for Troy and Donald. And it's going to attack at Donald, being the one who's continued the chant for the longest. So you're going to make me a dodge roll.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, really? Oops, I dropped
Okay, my dodge
dice.
is so high.
Yeah, he's a quick boy.
I failed.
What?
54. Or maybe 50.
Well, I rolled even worse. So this also, Clyde, you still should have lost 1 sanity point for seeing the zombie, even though you succeeded as they zoom past you. But Donald, this bird comes for a peck at your face, but you were able to just in time kind of get the paper up, so you're not necessarily dodging, but it's not really like connecting with you as you're locked in this. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I quickly like just look around in between words that I'm saying just to see if there's anything else flying at me.
Yeah, it just appears to be this bird and then the whatever Clyde is weirdly interacting with.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all. Am I consuming more magic points?
Yeah, so I would say once this rabbit attacks Clyde will be the end of another half an hour for you. Clyde,
So-
you can give me a dodge roll as well. Go ahead, Troy.
I would take 2 off this time because I'm the one in the middle of the chant, or is it? Or am
Yeah,
I still in the middle of mine?
Donald's gonna go first because you kind of joined halfway through.
Okay.
But yeah, Clyde, dodge roll.
Yeah. 44 is his own skill. Oh yeah, 50. Okay, success.
Success. Okay. He did get this little rabbit. Did get a extreme success.
Speaking Monty Python.
So that's gonna be that's gonna be 4 damage as this little zombie rabbit just like chomps into your foot.
Jesus. I'm just gonna scream and try and stomp at it, kick my leg before shooting.
Yeah,
I don't want to shoot first.
Maybe a good idea.
give me a brawl check on that then, or like a fighting,
Interesting.
whatever kind of melee fighting situation you have.
I don't.
There's fighting brawl.
All right, then brawl is you.
85 is 60 too high, unfortunately.
That's a little too high. So you kick around, but this rabbit is hopping, leaving like tufts of fur on the ground as it's hopping around.
I'm just kind of like stomping towards the guys, and just the fucking rabbit, help!
Yeah,
guess-
I think mid chant, I just like gulf swing the sword, try and hit it out the window that got smashed open by the birds.
Cool. You can give me I guess it would be a brawl. I'm not 100% sure what you use for like a bat. See if I can find it really quickly. Like a baseball bat.
Stats are 1d8 for damage.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's still brawl.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good at this one. Okay, that's good. I have a regular success with a 65.
Okay, great. So you can roll a d8 plus your damage bonus.
That is a 6 plus my damage bonus is a 2, so 8.
Great. You golf swing this zombie rabbit into the window. The window glass crashes again as this thing ends up in a pile on top of Jake on the patio.
Thank you, Troy.
I don't respond. I just keep chanting.
At this point, Donald, you have consumed your next 2 magic points, so you guys are at 6. So you're really in like 15 minutes left to go, in which I'll have Troy and Donald give me another luck check as you're sitting in this essentially goo trap.
2% chance. I got
Wide-eyed,
this.
just darting around, bleeding from the collarbone and foot, and just
65.
So close to it too.
Close.
I might have enough luck.
You can't use luck on luck rolls.
Oh, well, then never mind. I rolled
yeah.
a 94.
oh,
Well,
the globs.
Yeah, I did roll a 2. So that's gonna be 2 damage to both of you, and a quick con roll to keep your chant going.
Show me potato salad. A con?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to use luck, I think.
18. So
Oh
I'm
wow,
for
very
con.
good, very good.
How much luck do I have? I need 60. Yeah, I'm gonna use 17 luck.
All right.
How much do you have left?
I was at 50. I haven't really used my luck at all, so.
So you take the damage from the caustic goo landing on you, but you're able to keep both Donald and Troy able to keep a concentration on the chant itself and what you're doing. At this point, with what feels like about 10 minutes to go, you all hear that whirling cyclone wind sound again as the front door slams open and you see a cyclone rush in through the door. I'll have all 3 of you make a dodge roll.
I think I'm gonna madly and blindly shoot at it, even though it's wind.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I am rolling like trash.
10.
I have to fail.
Okay, 10 sounds
I
good
got
to
a
me.
hard success, 21.
Yeah, I rolled a 93.
Okay, Troy takes 2 damage as this, whatever this thing is, like, basically, it doesn't seem like it attacks Troy. It just seems like it hits him as it's being what looks like pulled into the middle of the circle, with the bottom of the cyclone attaching to the amber. What you do notice is that Troy, expecting like if you're being hit by wind or a cyclone or something, you would expect like bruising. You see huge slash marks in Troy's arm.
Troy looks hurt. His his arms are bleeding, his face is bleeding. Yeah, I am very hurt. I can't take another one of those.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty bad. I'm just yelling, Janie, that's the Janie. Seeing it, it's definitely going in towards the amber, like locking in there.
Yeah, at this point, it seems to be swirling, like I said, with the cyclone bottom in the amber. And it seems to be, I mean, everyone give me a quick occult check.
Nah.
Do I get anything for rolling a 69?
You get me going, nice.
I'll take
29.
that.
So success.
89. Look at that.
All right, so some people rolled dice. So Donald, you can definitely tell that this thing, as long as Troy finishes his chant, this thing is held to the amber. It doesn't look like it has a way of escaping right now, unless the chant ends, the circle's broken, any of those types of things.
But looking at Troy, do I think he's going to last?
Mentally or physically?
Both are doing poor.
Yes.
Yes.
Both are in poor condition.
Both are in poor condition. Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I motion for him to leave the circle.
No, he doesn't leave.
I join as well. Just get back into the chant.
All right.
Yeah, we have to. This is what we were sent here to do.
Mhm.
So,
The three of you go around the circle, hands open. You basically have this chant somehow memorized by this point.
it's almost 2 hours, so.
As this burning piece of amber in the middle with this cyclone coming out of it whirls around, and it suddenly, you're chanting and it's getting quieter and quieter and quieter until you see the cyclone start to take a form, and you see someone that all three of you recognize, a young man in a wrestling uniform who you last saw tied up underneath the gymnasium of Miskatonic University.
Like,
And
like the
You're talking about Jimmy?
like Jimmy or the coach?
like Jimmy,
No,
And-
no.
he looks at you three, and then he looks at you, Troy. Troy, please, I've gotten messed up in something bad. You have to help me. Just come here and we can figure this out.
Jimmy, what are you doing here?
I can explain it to you, I promise. I need your help. Whatever you guys are doing to me, it's going to kill me.
Wait, hold on.
To you?
I motion.
Hold on.
for Troy
I'm
to
not
stop.
chanting anymore because I'm obviously talking to it.
Yeah, so Donald and Clyde, you guys are still chanting. Troy, why don't you give me an intelligence check?
Oh, cool. Now you roll good. That's a 26. It's
Success?
yeah, it's just a success.
You are listening to Jimmy, but you look close and you see there's some sort of weird shimmer in his body, and there's some sort of weird intonation to his
I'm sorry.
voice.
I did an errand. It's a.
Oh, you read it the wrong way?
Yeah, it's the opposite. It's a 60 something.
That's Jimmy. 100%. That's him.
All right, I go up to him. Damn it! Why didn't I roll a 36? Yeah, I think he's trapped. I stop chanting and cautiously begin to make my way to I'm reaching to try and pull him out of the, I assume is in the pentagram.
Yeah. Clyde and Donald, do you have a second if you'd like to do anything?
Chanting questioningly towards Donald. I don't. It's tricky.
While chanting like Dominus Patri, whatever, can I Sparta kick him or try to? Just to
Yeah,
stop him from moving forward?
absolutely. Give me a brawl check. And Troy, you can dodge if you so choose.
I don't think I'm paying attention. I'll just roll with disadvantage.
Okay, that sounds fair to me.
It's a 99.
Okay. So a failure there. Donald, a success on your end? No, didn't think so.
69.
Hey,
Nice.
Oh, nice again.
Donald, you kick out at him, but you haven't done that kind of physical
Yeah.
exertion in a while, and it just goes wide as Troy continues his way up there. Clyde, you have time for an action if you before he's going to reach Jimmy.
Troy, do you trust that that's Jimmy?
I think it's him.
Clyde, feel free to make an intelligence check if you
Also,
would
Clyde
like.
is not
Yes.
chanting.
Now
anymore
that
to
I've
ask
seen
her
that
the
both of
question.
them have stopped, I make sure to maintain the chant.
Yeah.
Perfect.
30. Intelligence, mine is 80, so I got a hard success.
Yeah. This is absolutely a trick. This is a Jin love to do tricks, and this is a trick for sure.
Is there anything I can glean that would help me convince Troy that this isn't Jimmy?
You would say it is really subtle. It is like the way he talks, the words he's using are not the vocabulary that Jimmy really speaks with, and it's like it's almost like a hologram in terms of like what you're seeing.
Okay. I'll just rush over to Troy and push him away from the circle. Be like, that's not Jimmy. Remember the Jimmy, He was a broken person. He was almost unthinking, lost in whatever had happened down there. And then look to that. And just regular guy saying, something's going wrong. And that's not him.
Yeah, I think I look over, and I think the thing that Jin gets right are his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I don't know, man. It feels like him.
It can't be. We drove here in the dead of night after you left his house.
We saw a frog genie that he was attached to. This could be related.
You stole his only bike.
He could have been pulled here through some eldritch magic. I don't...
Troy, help me.
I'm just going to stand between you again, but that's it.
You can make
Don't.
another intelligence check if you'd like.
Nope.
Troy, you feel the burning desire to rescue, and as you look at Jimmy, Donald, you're reaching the end of the time required. You all see flames start to erupt around Jimmy, like encasing his body. Troy, what do you do?
I push Clyde out of the way and try and save Jimmy.
All right, give me a brawling check. Or actually, give me a pose strength if Clyde is going to kind of fight back, I suppose.
Yeah, very meekly. But I got a gun up my sleeve. So we'll see how this goes.
So that's
53.
a success and a failure.
I rolled a 7. That's an
Yeah.
extreme success.
Troy pushes Clyde to the ground.
I haven't rolled under a 10 all game, and then I roll one right here.
I want to try and shoot Troy through the leg as I fall.
All right, give me a firearms.
Oh, God.
Jimmy!
What the fuck? I have to spend luck. 8. Yeah, I'm down to 18 luck. Spend 5 points and hit a 50 on the dot, which is my shooting skill.
All right, give me your damage.
Roll the way you roll percentile dice.
I'll use this one. Use the green Cthulhu D10. Oh, you can't see it.
Perfect.
That's a bummer. Green screen, can't see a green die? What's wrong with that?
Shocking.
Get out of here. Get out.
Is
Well,
that max damage?
that's a 1.
It's a good thing.
That's a
Troy
good
got what he
thing.
wanted. For damage? No, it's not if I'm trying to stop him.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
we
would
were
say,
almost killing him.
yeah, I would say a shot in the leg definitely
Okay.
stops him. And one damage means he doesn't fall and bleed out
Oh, you had
immediately.
really low health, didn't
For the
you?
record, that's the only thing you
God.
could have rolled and kept me alive.
I
had
forgot
2
about that
health
completely.
left. I had 2 hit points left, and you did the only thing. You rolled the only thing you could roll to make me still conscious
Oh
or not take
shit.
an extreme wound.
Oh shit.
So Clyde, bang, you shoot Troy in the calf. Troy, you uh, hobble and fall to your knees with 1 hit point left to your name. As Donald, you
Yeah.
finish the final sentence of the chant, and a wash of flames, and then it all goes to cinder as you see this piece of amber with what looks like a tiny fly solidified in it is left on the ground.
It wasn't him. I'm just laying
I
on the
think with it
ground.
gone and watching it get pulled into the amber, yeah, it wasn't him.
We can visit him to make sure, but I'm like 90% sure that wasn't him.
Yeah, I
Has-
just lie on my back as I begin to bleed out.
Has all the spooky stuff that was in the room gone? Like the
Yeah.
acid ooze and whatnot?
You look around, and yes, the ooze seems to be so gone that there's no remnants of it having been there whatsoever. The animal carcasses are still there, but as much as they were still kind of moving around, they had stopped attacking when the cyclone had come in and been trapped, but they had still been sitting there. Now they lie dead on the ground as nature intended. And the house is very quiet.
How's the candle look?
Oh, I had completely forgotten about the candle. The candle was burning very black the whole time this was going on. It has now returned to a normal candle-like state.
Even when I bring it closer to the amber?
Yeah, it does. It feels secure in whatever you've done.
Knowing that, I pick up the amber and put it in a cigar box or small container so we can take it back. We need to put this somewhere safe.
Maybe we try and I don't know if Merriweather's still doing okay, but well, I guess he must be, right? Or else this thing would have been
At least for the moment,
untethered.
he's alive.
Maybe we bring it to him. Maybe he knows what to do with it, or
The man is dying.
At the very least, he may know where we can put this for safekeeping.
Yeah. I'm just gonna open the front door, and I can't remember how late in the night it is.
I think Jake slumps on your feet when you open the door.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to see if that was him that came back, if this looks human, and if it looks dead, or maybe salvageable.
Yeah, absolutely. So you open the door. It's sun is just rising, and like Troy said, Jake's body slumps against you. It looks like it has gone through decay quite fast, and is like a sickly green color with limbs, in odd angles, and like Troy had seen before, the neck not fully attached to the body.
Good. I'm not great with first aid or anything, but you're looking rough, Troy.
Can you help me up so I could sit on the chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him a hand.
Yeah.
Just pull the table over And I'll attempt first aid on myself, but you shot me in the leg, dude.
Listen, we were pretty close to something we
It
don't
was
know
the right
happened.
call. It was the right call. It just hurts.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
His stitches are fully open. He needs stitches again.
You should probably get
Yeah.
him to the hospital.
Knife wound.
That's
Well,
rare.
give me a first aid check for now.
Yeah. Let's see if I can patch myself up. That is a hard success.
Okay, that's 2 hit points for you.
Yeah, I think I stitched myself back up. Just the knife wound, and just wrap the bullet wound up. Like it's a shoddy job, but it will keep me going for now.
Maybe rest for a minute. I'm gonna look around for a shovel. Look into the corpse that we probably don't want to just leave here. Is there anything like a shovel around in the property?
Yeah, I think you could find a shovel in the back of the house. There was like a little garden, and you can find one there.
Yeah, I'll just spend some time to, not necessarily 6 feet deep, but I'm gonna build a hole that we can put Jake, or if this was ever recently Jake at all, into the hole, cover it up.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely recognize Jake's clothing. It was definitely him at some point. But you dig and you're able to do that if you choose, along with the critters and rodents that were on top of him when you probably opened the door.
Yeah, I'll take anything that was here. Maybe not the stuff in the attic. Maybe I just don't go up there. Bad memories of that.
Mm-hmm.
Bury the rest.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do before you drive? I'm assuming, from what I understood, you're taking Troy to a hospital. Whether you want to do that out in the country or drive quickly back to the city is up to you.
Do you think you can make it to Miskatonic?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna suck. Anyway, you got brandy?
I mean, there's always something rolling around in the trunk.
Okay, I should be fine. Weird question. This place, should it exist? Should we burn this place?
Oh, I don't know. It's still his property, right? Well, I guess we have the deed, so it's not a crime to burn down your own place, right?
I still think it's arson, but there are some weird complications if you own the home.
You can always come back.
I just don't trust that attic.
Well, the evil right now isn't in the house.
You want to give it one quick candle test before we go?
No, let's go to a hospital. Oh my god.
Okay.
You guys pile in the car with your back seat full of miscellaneous chemicals and floor it back to the university. There is St. Anne's Hospital, which is where the professor, where you last saw him and where his bed was, if you'd like to go there. Otherwise, there are other hospitals in the city.
St. Anne's feels like the right spot. 2 birds and 1 stone. And all
Yeah,
that.
I'll get to them Sunday ones. Probably shouldn't have these robes on in there, eh?
Oh yeah, I guess it's just.
So you guys make your way to the hospital. I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have looked up 1920s healthcare, but I'm in America. But I assume it's one thing to be seen to. They will put you in some sort of care immediately. The bill is another discussion.
I have like $25 in 1920. I think I could pay for some stitches.
Yeah, we've got
and some painkillers. Considering it was probably like 80 cents to get all that done.
So they see you, and Clyde and Donald, once Troy is well situated in a hospital bed getting stitched up. You're welcome to stay with him. You're welcome to visit Merryweather, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think I can stay behind. You've got the amber.
Okay, I'll go let Merryweather know, and maybe we can figure out where to put this. So, yeah, make sure Troy's feeling a little bit better, and then I go find Merryweather's room.
You find Merryweather's room. Penny doesn't appear to be there at the moment, hovering outside as she was when you last saw her. But you open the room and you see Merryweather on the bed, eyes closed, but chest lifting and falling. He looks even frailer than the last time you saw him. And upon hearing footsteps, you see he blearily opens his eyes. Troy?
No, it's Donald. Hey, Ruby, how you feeling?
Donald, old boy. It's about my time, my friend.
Okay, well, that's too bad to hear, but you can know that the farmhouse is safe now.
I knew you'd be able to do it. I knew I could trust you.
Is there anything else you need?
Just
need to do?
get out while you can.
I think we're pretty far in it right now.
That's what I was afraid of. And he just grabs your hand. Take care of Penny for me.
Of course.
She's a smart girl, but maybe she's in, I don't know. Maybe she's in too deep as well.
It's really hard to go back to normal after you've seen this stuff. So I think she's pretty involved. But I'll make sure she's okay, along with the kid and the drunk.
They made it then.
Yeah, just barely, but yeah.
Don't let them see me. I don't want them to remember me like this.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you want me to stay around for now?
Go look after them. That's where things need to be.
Okay. You sure you don't need anything else from me? It's gonna be hard not seeing you around.
It's gonna be hard for me too, but well, just read my book if you ever want a reminder.
Okay. And I reach down and I give him a hug.
He gives you a weak but meaningful hug back. And assuming you have the amber on you, he just pats your hand and just bury it somewhere, I think.
Okay, well, I'll find a spot so nobody else gets it.
Excellent. And he kind of closes his eyes as if like the effort of keeping them open is just too much.
I pull up his blanket a little higher on the shoulders, keep him warm, and I leave his room.
Great. You eventually rejoin Clyde and Troy, and you stay until Troy is discharged, and you awkwardly go your 3 separate ways for the night. You're not sure when you'll next see each other is. And it's a few weeks until you see each other again. Troy, what do you think you're doing in the next couple weeks?
Well, Troy kind of almost died,
What did happen?
so I think in the next few weeks he probably officially quits the wrestling team. Not really seeing a joy out of it, which means he probably switches to like school part-time, which kind of works for him because now he's probably going to switch a major to something more mythos-based.
Yes.
And if Clyde would have me, probably try and start an internship at his agency.
Yeah, I think Clyde offers to take you on as like, his assistant, what you would imagine like almost a receptionist does, but you actually do come with me on all the jobs and more than half the time get any clues way before I do. And I still pretend that I'm the one always just training you.
He's such a good teacher.
Yeah, and our solve rate has like quadrupled.
Yeah, Clyde, every time you guys have gone to Clyde's office, it's been quite quiet. No phone calls, no lineups. All of a sudden, it's kind of becoming a little bit of a bump in business.
I think also because of Troy's busy schedule, he had to learn to be organized. And now that he's Clyde's assistant, he probably organizes your office. So it's probably clean now for the first time, maybe ever.
Yeah.
It does gave us a kind of a down low perspective, but I get it.
I do. I clean just enough for him not to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, just a little later with us.
Yeah, I think I clean it too well the first time, and then Clyde is like sort of in a tizzy for 2 weeks until it gets a little dirty again, and then I know the level.
Dysregulation. I got it.
Occasionally, probably we pick up some new pieces of furniture with money to have to really make an excuse to see Donald and make sure he hasn't done anything strange with that amber.
And speaking of which, Donald, the next few weeks for you, how did those go?
Donald is kind of taking it upon himself to take over where Merryweather left off with researching Cthulhu mythos and everything. He's been brushing up his Latin to look at that textbook at Miskatonic University more, to learn more about all the horrors that have been coming up. And he's put the amber away in a secure vault that he has in his shop, but he hasn't buried it because he doesn't know what to do with it just yet and what options are available.
Yeah, if it's not with you, it means someone else could get it, I guess. So that's a little nerve-wracking.
About 2 weeks after your final hospital visit, much like the first time that you met, you each individually get a letter. This time, you don't see who delivers it. It comes anonymously. Very official-looking paper from the desk of Rupert Merryweather, inviting you all to his home that Saturday. And it is signed from Penny, but there are no other details.
Yeah. I think the only other thing I would have done is checked on Jimmy and his mom. And now that I am helping Clyde with his business, I assume he gives me a little money. So what little money we get, I use some of it to help support essentially Jimmy's therapy, because I don't know what therapy looks like in the 20s, but I can't imagine it's as commonplace as now.
It's a lot of tell me about your mother, but yeah. Perfect. So
but yeah, we go to, I guess, when we get the letter, I guess I just go meet Clyde and show him the letter, assume he saw the same thing, and
Yeah, go pick up Donald for old time's sake, unless he's already there.
Yeah, Donald, when you see him, he's got like a big bowl with tinfoil over it.
Oh,
He's got
right.
some potato salad, peas, tons of mayo. Extra gross.
I pull out another pack of smokes. That's my shareable.
Yeah, I think there's a half-eaten box of cookies in the trunk. Troy goes and grabs those. Same brand as the one he brought the first time, ironically.
and they taste about 3 weeks old. Or you guys arrive at Merriweather's, and the doors open. You let yourself in, and you see Penny in the entranceway. And there's there's a young man, and he is dressed nice clothes, maybe like late teens, and he takes your items from you. Oh, jolly good, you've brought something to share. Excellent. And takes it away, and you see Penny sitting in the salon, much like Meriwether would. She looks very comfortable at home, and she's not wearing her work wear, but rather more leisure outfit. And she ushers the three of you in. Please come in, sit down.
Yeah,
Brandy's all around.
of course. And we haven't been introduced to your friend?
Herbert.
Assistant?
He is my assistant.
I write that down.
I see Troy noting that. Didn't pick up on that.
It's great to see you again, Penny. How are
It
you?
is lovely to see you. Given the circumstances, things are going all right. And well, I'll make this quick and hopefully painless. And she ushers you down, and you see there's also sitting in the salon a dour-looking gentleman in a business suit, briefcase. She goes, "Don't mind him. He is our attorney, just to make sure everything is sound. Let's
Okay.
get to it." And she pulls out a large official-looking piece of paper.
Are we in trouble? This feels like we're in trouble.
The farthest thing from it, Clyde. Perhaps we can start with you.
There's that feeling again.
And she reads from the paper. Gentlemen, I knew that you would not let me down. The follies of my youth have been tumultuous, to say the least, and I couldn't have asked for 3 better, may I say, friends to help me out. It has been my greatest pleasure to get to know each and every one of you, and I wish you nothing but the best in your journeys. To Clyde, I leave my entire liquor cabinet and my cigar collection. Do with it what you will. To Donald,
We know what I'll do.
my
Thank you.
oldest friend, I leave you my library and all of the possessions within it.
It's gonna take a while to read.
And Troy, I leave to you a full ride scholarship to Miskatonic University and the Rio Sword.
Sorry, what? I'm like writing all of this down. That's the first time he looks up. Like,
And you see the suited gentleman reach behind him. He's gathering different materials and reaches behind him and just pulls out this big hunkin' silver sword with jewel encrusted hilt.
Where did you get that sword? That's mine.
And Penny laughs. Your replica probably served you well, but this is a much more interesting piece, I can assure you.
I'm confused, but okay. I thought I had the real thing. It felt magical, at least.
Hey, what's the difference? Is it sharper?
Yeah, you take a look at this one, and it has it's very heavy compared to the other. It's got it could use a little sharpening, but it's got a sharp edge to it. And without any sort of check, I would say Donald being the most familiar with occult items, there's definitely a magical sense coming off that certainly was not coming off of the other one, even though Troy thought it was.
You should really be careful with that.
Besides it being a little heavier, it feels the same.
Massively different.
It feels magical, but not less magical than the other one I had.
Uh-huh. Be careful.
Yeah, be careful with that. That looks like it could do some real damage.
And lean over to Penny. He's like, what was he thinking?
I don't know. He insisted.
I sheathe it at my hip. I'll carry it with me always.
I mean, they may not like that in the school, which, by the way, we're gonna have to talk about work hours because business is just taking off. So we got to figure that whole thing out.
Yeah, I think we can do like a weird, like an official internship with the school. Maybe we can. They'll pay you
something.
to teach me.
Now that's interesting.
And with this, Penny hands all papers around for you to sign and make everything official. And assuming that you do, she hands it to the man who gets everything sorted, packs up his case, and leaves. And Penny goes, and now we eat.
Yep. I just bring out the cigar case and hand them around. I mean, it looks like we all got pretty even split on the rewards for this. Only partially sarcastic. Magic sword's pretty cool. Entire library is pretty cool. Don't speak the Latin in front of the books, by the way.
I just respond in Latin to it.
Yeah, great. Nothing to worry about here.
And yeah, unless there's anything else you want to say to Penny, you guys eat and drink the night away, gaining
to Rupee.
Yes.
It's Professor Merriweather.
To Rupert. And that's where we're gonna end it. You definitely gained some sanity and some health and some mythos at the end there. So if we ever play with these characters again, we shouldn't. We should start new ones so that they can lose all their sanity. But
yeah.
That's it for us here. Thank you for joining us for our Cthulhu mini-series, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Spooky scary.